All right, what's going on? I am here camping today at my spot, and I have decided to do a gear review for this right here, my stove. So it's going to be one-handed, and so I kind of try to set some stuff up. Um, this is my Argos stove. It's made out of titanium, and you can burn solid fuel or put a burner in the middle. And the advantage to this is it's a pot stand, like here, and it's also a windscreen. So this thing fell out. I'm gonna have to pause this. Hold on. All right, sorry about the magic presto. The thing's fixed, but I've got one hand here trying to film this thing, so I put it together. It's not the most sturdy construction, but it's just a stand, right? So this thing is great because I can use an alcohol stove, and the advantage to an alcohol stove is that you can light this in very cold conditions where isopropane canister doesn't do so well when it gets cold, and it will eventually stop working, especially if it doesn't have a regulator in it. So anyway, here is a siphon stove from Toaks, and got my little pot stand and windscreen, so you put that in there. So like I said, what I like about this stand is you can burn solid fuel, or you can use a alcohol stove, and that's what I'm going to use. Here's my fuel that I bring with me. I use heat, yellow heat. I used to use alcohol, but it's difficult to pour that alcohol in the canister into this thing, or at least the one I got. So this is just, anyway, easier. This thing's great because it has a little spout on it. It will sometimes leak or splash up, I think, when I press it down. So I like to try to be careful. You don't want to get this stuff on you. Not really sure what it is, but it's not good stuff for you. Anyway, all right. Just put a little bit in there. And this video is gonna probably not be that good because you probably won't see the flame, but it is what it is. And then I like to shake this thing because it keeps a little fluid in the pipe, let's call it. And you don't want that all over your camping gear. So, put that on there. So I am going to make, I'm going to boil water. And when I go camping, a lot of times I'll use water as a source of cooking. So, I use dehydrated meals or freeze-dried meals, and I add water to it, or I make coffee and I add water to it. And now I'm going to make oatmeal and you add water to it. So it's a easy way to eat while you're camping and pack a lot less. So you pour the fuel in there. Like I said, what's nice about this, it's got a windscreen, but I also pack a little windscreen. It's tiny. It's very thin aluminum, very lightweight. If it was breezy, I would use it, and I'm going to use it today just because of the video. So you light this thing, it gets lit. You can't see the flame, but you see it'll start boiling in there in a second. This upside down. Put the just gotta be careful. There we go. It's just because I'm doing this one-handed on the video. You can, this will burn a lot more efficiently if there's not a lot of wind. So I'm blocking the wind, and I put the water on there, and you can measure it, and I think like 1 ounce should heat this, but I don't measure it. I'm here for a weekend. This is way more than I need for a weekend, but the disadvantage to the alcohol is that it does go quicker than you would think. Like, this whole bottle could only get me maybe half of what an ISO bottle would get me, one of those little ISO bottles. So, and you can't regulate the flame on this here. So the flame is either on or it's not on. All right, so we're gonna let that burn, and then I'm just gonna pour my oatmeal in there. But so this is an alcohol setup. This is something that I like to carry on weekend trips because, I can pack a lot less than this, a smaller bottle. I like the flame, especially at night. The pattern's, good to look at. It's very quiet. It delivers the heat very quietly. Some of those butane stoves or whatever make a racket, especially like the MSR in particular, like the pocket rocket. So I like using that. It's just it's hard to beat an ISO stove, and it's hard for me to recommend anything over that. But I do enjoy this alcohol stove. I have a lot of alcohol stoves. I love playing with them. It's not as efficient. The only time it's better is when it gets really cold and you want to make sure you can, light the stove. Then alcohol stove is so much better. And then it's also easier to find fuel for it. So that alcohol stove will burn, you know, alcohol and also burn heat, yellow heat, which you can find in almost any gas station. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. And also check my playlist. I got a lot of content in there, knife content, camping content, motorcycle content. And my goal is to add a lot more gear reviews here. So this is just an overview of the cook set that I use. Okay, talk to you later.